So that's really, you know, you can either put type on a line or in a box. And if you're working with it, you can either use your character window, or you can access your type features at the top of your interface. There's like, as soon as I hit my my type character, I get like up here, I get my character window. I can access it there. My point size. So there's kind of instant features for managing your type up there as well. But your character window is, I think, a little easier to work with. And it's got more things that you can do to your type. If I go up here to my my window, there's show options. And then you'll kind of see there's more things down here. And you can kind of just, like, the best thing is just to go in and play in Illustrator initially, you know, like, you know, what happens, you know, if I want to, you know, stretch my type vertically. Well, I can do that, you know, just by doing that. Maybe you don't want to do that, but just so you know kind of what you can do. And I can also stretch it horizontally. And that looks ugly. I'm really distorting the letters at this point, but sometimes it works, you know. You can also raise letters off the baseline. That's what this thing does down here. It says set the baseline shift, so I can raise my type up or I can raise it down. Okay, my favorite one is rotating. I can rotate my type a little bit that way if I want, and then I could rotate the other one this way if I want. Okay, so there's lots of little fun treatments you can do. Be careful about distorting your type because typographers spend a lot of time designing typefaces, so maybe you don't want to destroy it, right? This other last part in the character window, we've gone over size, the amount of spacing between lines, the amount of spacing on a line, and this last one is called kerning. And that's the amount of space between two letters. It's very particular. It's not on the line, it's between two letters. So you can see here, I've kind of played with my type, and it feels like, you know, when I just take my cursor off, that, you know, the two letters J and E are together, and then the two letters A and N are kind of, there's some disparity in terms of the spacing. So what I might do is just put my cursor in between the two letters I want to adjust, and then I can reduce that amount of space, maybe to try that, minus 100. And now it feels like it's like one word, not two separate, you know, parts of a word. So the spacing in typography is really important, and you can play with that for communicative effect, right? So that's type on a tool. And let me see here. And then there's type on a path. This is really fun too. And you can essentially put type on a line that can be a part of a shape. So for example, the example I have here is that you can put type on a shape. So there's my square shape. I'm going to put type on a path. So what I would do is, I'm just going to copy this because I already have it there. And all you have to do is go to your type tool, and there's some drop-down menus here of different type options. And the one here is called type on a path, right? So I'm going to click that, and it's got like this little, it's on a line. The type is going down. So all you do is click that. Your cursor has that look to it. And there's a little dotted line. And you just go over to any shape. It can be an ellipse, it can be a square, it can be a triangle, it can be any shape. You can even draw a shape with the pen tool and put type on that. And then you just click on the path. And what happens is the color disappears, but you have the path. And then I'm just going to paste my text. And it automatically puts it on there. And then I can go to my my character window, and I can increase the amount of spacing, right? Either increase it or decrease it. If I increase it, see how it populates around the shape? There. So there you go. And so you can use this feature, your horizontal tracking in order to place your type on a shape. Okay. You can also use your pen tool to make a line. So I can go grab my pen tool, and I'll just kind of mimic this line that I've made here. And oh, I got to just turn on my stroke, and there's my new line. Okay. I can always, if you put a line down and you don't like it, you can always edit it with your white arrow tool. You guys played with that a little bit a couple of labs ago. And then you can click on your type on a path, click there, and I can just start typing, type on a path, type on a path. And if I want to edit that, I can just highlight it, and I can work with like a larger typeface size, and I can also go down and change the weight of the type. Okay, so there's that. Okay, and if I wanted to get, oh, maybe I'm not happy with my path, I can just edit that, and you see how the type will adjust to it. Okay, so you can always edit your path that way. Okay, so there's your, oh, and then the last one is a vertical type. That's really fun too. You go up to your character window and you go to, where is it? Vertical type tool. Okay, vertical type tool. And I click, and I can just put type on a vertical path. Okay, and I can always resize it, shift. Right? I can go up, I can change the typeface. Maybe I want a different typeface. So it's all editable in your character window. All right. I'm going to have to close out soon, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more thing, and that'll kind of complete what I wanted to get through. Because you're supposed to do a typographic treatment for your little product. And, oh, the student, let me see, supersedes, here's my, I'm gonna bring that in. Go back to there. There it is. This is, you know, it's relatively easy to make a little typographic mark. And I have a couple of tips here on just that. The first one is to create a typographic mark as use one typeface that has different weights. And this is often referred to as a typeface family. So you'll see in certain in your character window, certain typefaces have different families, meaning different weights: bold, extra bold, medium, thin, extra thin, italic, right? So, for example, the Helvetica, they have, like, this is a very small selection of the actual number of typefaces in the Helvetica family. I think the Creative Cloud, you can download, like, what is it? If I click here, I should be able to, I think there's like 12 or something in Helvetica. Oh, no, in Helvetica New, there's 14. So the little number in the bracket here tells you how many variations of weight there is in that type family. So, you know, Helvetica has 14, American Typewriter has 7. So that's a really good sign. And that can be a great strategy for creating a little type treatment. And for example, here, I've got my Helvetica New, and if I just highlight this, you can see that it's bold italic. Let's bring that down here. That's bold italic, and then Never Starve Again is actually thin. So to use the same type family but a different weight is a really easy and fun technique for creating a type treatment. And it's powerful because it uses contrast. It has a heavier weight with a lighter weight, but because they're the same family, they kind of work together. So just even doing that can be like a really easy strategy for making a little typographic mark. You can also mix typefaces. So I could, use Helvetica, extra bold, And then maybe for this, maybe I'd try selecting, yes, there's source serif variable, right? And it's it's extra light. So it's kind of along the same lines, but it's a little bit different, but it still works because of the weight difference, okay? And they have a similar proportion. So that's another like good way to match your typefaces. You can also, sometimes words in your design, there'll be kind of an invitation for you to design something that's got a certain feeling, right? And some typefaces are really meant just for setting type in a column and, you know, a lot of type, like in a magazine or a website that has a lot of type or, you know, a lot of verbiage, like pages, or a book, you know, where you've got page after page and it's just basically typographic information. So some typefaces are designed just for that, and some typefaces are more, you know, they have a different feeling, and so it's kind of fun to explore that. And so here's an example of using the word super, and then trying to find a word that resembles seeds. And so it's lowercase and it has an organic feel to it, this particular example. So you might want to, you know, explore typefaces that you know, kind of evoke something to do with the word of how you want to communicate it. But you would just use it sparingly because usually they're just for, you know, kind of typographic effect. All right. So, you know, in this case, that works really good to just use one word that has like a little bit more of an organic feel. And then the word super is kind of oversized and like, you know, more commanding. So together, there's enough contrast between the two that they work well together.